My husband never comes home every day. I'm bored, so I started a live stream about being a widow online. In the live stream room, I burst into tears. There's much gossip in front of a widow's door. My husband died in such a disgraceful way. Being a widow is hard, but I'm not afraid. The comment section is flooded with messages, and everyone is comforting me. There is only one comment that stands out. Haley, open the door. Username, Rocky. What? Rocky? Damn it. This isn't my husband who never comes home. Husband, listen to my explanation. I sit obediently in front of Rocky and force a smile. Explanation? He looks at me deeply, with a half smile. What are you going to explain? Explain that you're a young widow, or explain that I was hit and killed by a truck while streaking? Rocky's voice is calm. His dark eyes show no emotion. I shiver and close my eyes in despair. Damn it, he heard it all. Rocky and I got married by agreement. He needed a marriage partner, and I needed money. We hit it off and got what we needed. To hold on to Rocky's thigh, in the 3 years since our marriage, I have played a doting wife every day. Husband this, husband that. I don't care when my husband is on a business trip. But starting this year, Rocky's company has more overseas projects. His business trips are increasing gradually, and the number of times he comes home can be counted on one hand. I'm bored every day, so I simply learn from others and start a live stream. The effect is quite good, but as I have more fans, troubles follow one after another. First, there are constantly men sending me private messages to harass me. Then, someone uses my IP address to find out my personal information. Netizens are so powerful that they quickly find out my marital status. I'm afraid that if they dig deeper, it will involve Rocky. So without hesitation, I directly create a widow persona. I don't want to hide it from everyone anymore. In fact, I got married a long time ago. My husband, he had a mental illness and went streaking some time ago. He was hit and flown away by a speeding truck. He died on the spot. Woo woo. These are all my personal affairs. I hope everyone respects the deceased and doesn't continue to dig into my husband's personal information. He died in such a disgraceful way. I hope he can start anew over there. My husband will bless everyone in heaven. That night, my live stream became the top trending topic. The effect is extremely good. If Rocky hadn't heard it, husband, this is for protection. I think quickly. Protecting your privacy. Otherwise, if they keep digging into your personal information, won't it cause you trouble? Rocky is silent for 2 seconds and laughs angrily. So it's not a trouble that I died so disgracefully without my knowledge? It seems so. I look miserable and don't know what to say. If I had known this, I would have started a live stream without showing my face. Haley, you're really something. Rocky loosens his tie. His dark eyes narrow slightly and look at me dangerously. I don't have much patience. Tell the truth. You don't come home usually. This house is so big. I'm so bored alone. I want to find someone to talk to. He pauses and sneers. According to what you said, is it my problem? Well, that's not. Before I finish speaking, Rocky suddenly leans over and kisses me. In a panic, Rocky restrains my hands with one hand and takes off his gold-rimmed glasses. Be focused. His breathing becomes heavier. He leaves a scorching kiss on my ear. Let's do something not boring. I was retaliated against. Brutal retaliation. I'm so tired that I sleep until 3 in the afternoon. When I wake up, Rocky is still there. He is sitting on the sofa reading financial reports. When he sees me coming downstairs, his eyes fall on me and the corner of his mouth curls up. Awake? I answer feebly and go to the side to drink water. Will you live stream tonight? He suddenly asks. My heart pounds. I definitely need to live stream, but I have to avoid the limelight for now. At least I have to wait until Rocky is on a business trip to start again. But when will he leave? I miss my dear fans. I feel guilty. Of course not. My husband is back. I don't have enough time to accompany my husband. How can I have time to live stream? Oh, Rocky looks up. With his index finger, he gently pushes up his glasses. His eyes fall on me from afar. So far away from me. Are you accompanying your husband who died young? This petty man. Is this going to be a problem forever? I grumble in my heart, but still put on a sweet smile on my face and obediently sit down beside him. Husband, I tentatively ask, isn't the business overseas very busy? He nods. Very busy. Very busy. Yay! 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 I suppress the joy in my heart and pout. So it is. What? Do you really hope I go on a business trip? He glances at me. I quickly shake my head and act coyly. How could it be, husband? When you're not around, I can't eat or sleep well. That's great. He takes off his glasses. His long fingers interlock with mine. Suddenly, he leans close to me and smiles. Change all meetings to online. I won't go on a business trip this year. I'll stay at home and accompany you. What do you think? I widen my eyes. Very, very good. Rocky does what he says. For half a month in a row, he has never left. He is happy, but I'm suffering. I put on a smile during the day and cry at night. More importantly, I haven't started a live stream for half a month. My fans keep sending me private messages to ask about me. They all think I committed suicide for love. This is not a long-term solution. I keep a close eye on Rocky. Finally, I find the right opportunity and start live streaming again when he is having an international meeting. My fans are still enthusiastic. Haley finally started live streaming. I was so worried. I thought you committed suicide for love. Why are your eyes so red? Are you unhappy? Everyone is so enthusiastic. I cooperate by wiping away my tears and speaking sadly. Thank you for your concern. These days, my husband has been appearing in my dreams every night. I'm so sad that I haven't started live streaming. I'm a widow. It's hard for everyone to remember me. I chat with my fans casually and keep an eye on the outside situation. Suddenly, someone starts to persuade me. Haley, it's so hard being alone. You should find another one. Yes, even if you don't live stream your widow's daily life, we will still follow you. The trend in the comment section suddenly changes. Everyone is persuading me to remarry. I'm filled with tears. These fans are so enthusiastic. Thank you for your kindness. I don't have this idea for now. If there is an opportunity in the future, I will consider it. As soon as I finish speaking, there is suddenly another out-of-place message in the comment section. SL, Haley, you actually want to remarry. Looking at that familiar avatar, I'm shocked. I know who the owner of this avatar is. When I first got married to Rocky, I followed him to meet his friends. During the break when I went to the restroom, I accidentally learned that he had a white moonlight. Rocky, you got married so young. What about Alice? You and Alice have been together for so many years. You just turned around and I hesitated at the door for a long time. After they finally finished talking about this topic, I keep my smile and open the door. That day, I began to deliberately avoid Rocky's emotional problems. But things don't always go as planned. When he is working, he always likes me to sit by his side and stroke my head from time to time. At such a close social distance, I will naturally accidentally see something. For example, a strange person in Rocky's Facebook, or Alice's avatar. I'm worried. My worry is like a waterfall flowing down 3,000 feet. Although I knew early on that rich people have all kinds of problems. But as soon as I think of Rocky having a white moonlight, I get anxious. According to the normal plot, as soon as the white moonlight returns to the country, I, the stand-in, will have to leave. How can that be? How can I give up this life of a rich and leisurely lady? I have to protect my husband. What's wrong with Haley? Why did your expression change suddenly when you mentioned remarrying? Sister, don't be sad. The comment section is still refreshing. That questioning comment quickly disappears, but I'm extremely nervous. Is Alice also watching my live stream? In the 3 years, I've only heard her name but never seen her. Alice has never appeared, so I relaxed my guard, but I didn't expect this. Alice, you're not playing fair. You're secretly watching. I pretend to be mournful. Sorry, babies. I really miss my deceased husband. We were a young couple. We've been through 10 years together. Alive, I am his. Dead, I am still his. His face and voice fill my mind when I close my eyes. I refuse the idea of remarrying. I quickly end the live stream and trot to the door of Rocky's study to wait for him to finish the meeting. Alice has appeared. What's a live stream compared to this? My main task is to protect my husband, protect my life as a wealthy lady. But inside the study, there is no sound of Rocky. Is the meeting over? It shouldn't be. I carefully open the door a crack to check. But as soon as I do, the door is pulled inward. Losing my balance, I stumble and fall into Rocky's arms. His expression is not very good. He holds my waist with one hand and pulls me forward a bit. He glances at me indifferently. So guilty. Did you start another live stream to mourn me? Good grief. Do you have mind-reading powers? Poo poo poo. Husband, what are you talking about? I widen my eyes and speak affectedly. I just miss you so much. 1 moment apart feels like 3 years. Rocky snorts coldly. His expression looks a bit better. He lowers his head and gives me a peck on the lips. Really? I nod quickly and pat my chest. Then I take his hand and place it on my heartbeat. Husband, do you feel my sincere heart? The sun and the moon can bear witness. This is my burning love. I am yours alive. I am yours when I die. Rocky's smiling expression shows a crack. Suddenly, he pushes me away. I'm a bit confused. What's wrong? Did I say something wrong, husband? He leans against the door. A sneer escapes his lips. He says word by word, I refuse. I suspect Rocky watched my live stream, but I have no proof. After that day, Rocky has a catchphrase. I run around and fawn over him, but he remains unmoved. I refuse. I throw myself at you for a kiss. He puts his index finger on my lips. I refuse. So annoying. But although Rocky is upright during the day, he is still a beast at night. For the nth time, I go downstairs with a sore waist. I really want to burn incense and worship Buddha, praying for Rocky to leave home. Buddha also bullies the weak and never listens to my prayers. Rocky still acts inhumanely, but I really can't handle it. At night, the moment he takes off his glasses, I quickly grab his hand. Husband, let me tell you a story. Rocky's eyes are deep, as if asking what kind of nonsense I'm going to say this time. Aren't you going to ask me what story it is? What story? He repeats my words casually, so perfunctory, but I've achieved my goal. What more can I ask for? I chuckle. The story of grinding an iron pestle into a needle. I screwed up. Rocky left. It is said that there is a problem in the company. Online meetings can no longer solve it. He has to go in person. Before leaving, Rocky throws me a bank card. There are 5 million in the card. I go to the mall and have a great shopping spree. When I come home, I start a live stream. I haven't live streamed for a month. I thought I was forgotten, but unexpectedly, I have more fans. They are still enthusiastic and urge me to connect with many people. After not seeing each other for so long, of course I have to meet my fans' small requests. I look at the names of anchors in the comment section, keep rolling, and casually pick the one that came up the most times. Unhappy Jack. This name is interesting. While chatting with my fans, I send a connection request. Suddenly, a face appears on the screen. The boy is dressed in white and wearing a strange hat. At the moment he sees me, he smiles brightly, revealing a small tiger tooth. He doesn't look unhappy at all. Sister, he blinks. Are you a beauty anchor? I think for a moment and answer him, no. Strictly speaking, I should be an entertainment anchor. After all, how many beauty anchors live stream about being a widow? Jack nods. There is even more amusement in his eyes. Great, sister. I am also an entertainment anchor. He is also an entertainment anchor? I look at him more closely. He is good looking and has a clear and youthful air. It's just that his taste is a bit off. His outfit is a bit strange. But because of his outstanding appearance, it somehow becomes pleasing to the eye. I clear my throat. Don't joke. At first glance, you don't seem like an entertainment anchor. Jack smiles even more happily. Oh, sister doesn't believe me. Who can prove it for me? As soon as he finishes speaking, more people flood into my live stream room. Seems to be his fans. Sister, he's right. He is really an entertainment anchor. Your live stream styles have some similarities. These two are a perfect match. A bad pot with a bad lid. Haley, search for the other side. He is really an entertainment anchor. The comment section is refreshing. Everyone wants me to search. I don't believe it. I take out my spare phone and enter Unhappy Jack. Sure enough, I see a video posted by marketing accounts. In the video, the young man's eyes are lowered. His pale face has no color. Tears roll down. He cries in a way that creates a kind of beauty. If I hadn't heard the sound coming from the video is deafening. No one would have thought that Jack, a handsome young man, is actually a morning anchor. No wonder he is called Unhappy Jack. Jack, you're really a sly one. Sister, Jack tilts his head. How about it? Why don't we do something together? The comment section is filled with countless. Without hesitation, I directly cut off the connection. A widow anchor and a morning anchor doing something together? The image is too beautiful to imagine. But I didn't expect that I would be on the hot search that night. A group of marketing accounts cut our connection into a video and forced us into a CP. My heart fluttered in panic. I opened the comment section with trembling hands. Am I the only one who thinks they really have CP vibes? I'm hooked. Even their live stream contents are similar. One is a widow anchor and the other is a morning anchor. They are a perfect match. I've already brought the Civil Affairs Bureau here. I declare that from today on, Haley is my sister-in-law. Under this comment, a user with a kitten avatar refuted. What do you mean by your sister-in-law? Haley, this crazy woman is my sister-in-law. But this comment is drowned in the CP army. Except for a few scattered people replying, don't ride on the wave, it is silent. The kitten avatar is furious. She actually posted my wedding photo with Rocky on her own account. Look clearly, Haley is my sister-in-law, the legal one. Don't get involved. This video is quite popular. Netizens quickly rush over. So it's the younger sister of the ex-husband. I'm sorry for my rudeness. Respect the dead. Respect the dead. There are also CP fans who rush over and sneer. The ex-husband is already gone. Does the younger sister still stop others from pursuing happiness? Damn it, pursuing happiness? I watch the kitten avatar fighting in the comment section. Tears stream down my face. I am too familiar with this kitten avatar. Serena, Rocky's twin sister, always competes with me secretly, and she uses this kitten avatar on all her social media platforms. Sure enough, my Facebook has received her barrage of messages. Haley, what do you mean? My brother is alive and well. How can you live stream about being a widow? I'll go to your house right now. You'd better explain it to me clearly. What's your relationship with that pretty boy? How dare you cuckold my brother? Haley, I knew you weren't a good thing. Serena does what she says. She multitasks. While arguing rationally in the comments section, she kicks open my door at lightning speed. She quickly walks up to me. Her right hand is raised high and then put down. She glares at me and says, Haley, what did my brother do wrong to you? I lack confidence and explain sheepishly that this is just a misunderstanding. Believe me. Believe you? Serena is furious and points at my nose and scolds me. You've already live streamed about being a widow, and you still say it's a misunderstanding. I even left good things for you. I didn't expect you to be like a stone that can't be warmed up. My brother has remained faithful to you for so many years. Even. Serena rambles on and actually talks about feelings with me. Serena, why are you talking nonsense? Is Rocky remaining faithful for me? He is for Alice. I'm angry. Don't try to guilt trip me. Don't think I don't know anything. Serena is also angry. What do you know? You haven't caused trouble recently. I thought you also had feelings for my brother, but I didn't expect you to. I'm even angrier. What feelings? Rocky and I clearly have a pure money relationship. Serena, I won't allow you to sully my relationship with Rocky with the word of feelings. I turn my back to the door and shout at Serena while pointing at her. Serena's face turns green and then white. Her red lips move slightly, but she doesn't say anything. I know very well who is in Rocky's heart. I take a deep breath. Suddenly, my nose is a bit sour. Just making do. What feelings do we need? Serena doesn't speak, but her face becomes even paler. I thought she had admitted defeat, but I see her face as pale as earth. She speaks weakly. Brother, what are you talking about? Rocky is on a business trip. How could he come back? I turn around following her gaze. My legs go weak. Rocky is standing at the door. He, who always pays attention to his appearance, has a rare disheveled suit. His thin lips are slightly pursed. His eyes are as deep as ink. He looks at me silently. I suddenly feel guilty. I don't know how much he has heard or what he is thinking. Rocky says nothing and goes upstairs on his own. I look at his back. For a moment, my heart is in a mess. Serena slowly moves to my side. Her expression is a bit guilty. She whispers, I'm sorry. I nod with a mournful face. It's okay. It's not your fault. Blame my big mouth. But it's not what you think. The person in my brother's heart has always been. Before Serena finishes speaking, Rocky suddenly appears on the second floor. Serena, come up. She goes upstairs with a mournful face. I watch her with tears in my eyes. We are from the same root. Why be so cruel to each other? Rocky didn't give me a chance to explain. He came in a hurry and left in a hurry. Serena said that the company is preparing for a new round of overseas market expansion. Rocky has always been hands-on with such major matters. During this period, he has been extremely busy and has been flying to various countries. I don't know why he came back that day. The hot search was taken down, and the videos of marketing accounts were also dealt with by public relations. Needless to say, I know who's doing this is. Internet information is updated and iterated every minute. Soon, people forget about my strange CP with Jack. I didn't continue live streaming and truly enjoyed the life of a wealthy lady. In 2 months, I occasionally send messages to Rocky. Due to the previous embarrassment, I dare not speak too freely. Most of the time, I pretend to care about him, and the timing of these messages is also accurate. Rocky replies instantly every time, but his attitude is always indifferent. I often sigh. The road to protecting my husband is long and arduous. Another month passed. Rocky finally took the initiative to contact me once. I'll be back next week. In an instant, my heart is filled with fireworks. I happily reply, good. I miss you so much. Rocky doesn't reply. He has always been taciturn. After hearing what I said, he probably thinks I'm just talking nonsense. But I always feel a bit depressed. I toss and turn all night. My mind is filled with Rocky. This villa is too big and empty. When I lie alone in bed, I always feel cold. It's different when Rocky is here. When he sleeps, He always likes to hold me tightly in his arms. I toss and turn all night. I finally fall asleep in a daze when it's almost dawn. When I wake up, it's already afternoon. In a blur, I see a figure sitting by the window, reading a book. As soon as I open my eyes, that person suddenly looks over. Awake? You said you miss me, but I see that you are living a more comfortable life alone than anyone else. My mind goes blank for a moment. I jump out of bed and run to him. I throw my arms around Rocky's neck. Why are you back? Didn't you say it would be next week? Rocky looks at me. A hint of a smile rises in his eyes. He picks me up and puts me on the bed. Then he puts on my slippers for me. After doing all these, he clears his throat. There are some urgent matters to deal with in the country, so I came back early. I'm not interested in the company's affairs and don't ask further. For the Oolong incident 3 months ago, Rocky and I also have a tacit understanding and never mention it. The next day, Rocky goes out early. I'm about to take a nap when Serena pulls me up. You don't know yet, do you? Serena is on high alert. Alice is back. Hearing the name Alice, I immediately become energetic. When? Just yesterday, Serena says. My heart pounds. I suddenly think of Rocky. Alice is back. Just yesterday. Rocky said he would be back next week, but he suddenly comes back a week earlier. I take a deep breath and ask Serena. Serena, is there any urgent matter in the company recently? Something that needs Rocky? Serena is stunned for a moment and shakes her head. No. Sure enough, Rocky didn't come back for company affairs, but for Alice. A sour feeling rushes to my heart. I feel like I'm in a sea of lemons. I can't breathe smoothly. Even my nose is sour. Serena slaps my shoulder hard. You have to be vigilant. Alice is not a good person. My heart clenches. You also said I'm not a good person before. That's different. Serena's eyes flicker. You're okay. But Alice is not a good person. You have to keep an eye on my brother. I become much more spirited. I take out my phone and search for Alice's blog. I open the blog, switch to my small account, and enter Alice's blog account. My actions are smooth and seamless. Serena is stunned. Haley, how many times have you peeked? Not many. Only a few hundred times. I chuckle. When I first learned about Alice's existence, I was extremely panicked. Rocky, this diamond bachelor, is what I got because of my good deeds in my previous life. During that time, I crazily imitated Alice's words and deeds. She is a typical first love style. She has long black hair. She always likes to wear light-colored clothes. Her makeup is plain. She is as beautiful as a lotus emerging from clear water. I am the opposite of her. In Serena's words, I have a face of a seductive and cheap woman. But when I replicated myself into Alice 2.0, Rocky didn't show much joy. He curls my hair himself. He contacts my most familiar essay and takes me back to my favorite style. Rocky wants me to be myself. I do as he says, but he comes back for Alice. I pout and casually click on Alice's homepage. Damn it, I knew it. She will go find my brother. Serena points at Alice's first blog post and is furious. Damn it, I knew it. She wants to steal my husband. I am also furious. This blog post only has 4 words. The accompanying picture is Alice's shy smile. Coming to see you. And the location is Rocky's company. I am furious. Serena is also furious. In the 3 years since our marriage, Serena and I have never got along. But at this moment, we are on the same side. I will tear her apart. Serena drags me to Rocky's company. Alice is standing in Rocky's office. The distance between them is only 1 meter. Through the glass, I see Rocky slightly curl his lips. Still smiling. My anger doesn't subside. I can't wait to rush in and sew Rocky's mouth shut. Serena kicks open the door. She throws me to Rocky's side and looks at Alice sideways. Oh, I thought who this was. Isn't this our school beauty Alice? She speaks sarcastically and doesn't forget to wink at me. I immediately hold Rocky's arm to show my sovereignty. Serena, long time no see. Alice bites her lip and says softly. Serena sneers. Come on, what are you doing here again? Still not giving up? As she speaks, she points at me. See, my brother's wife. With this appearance, she can become a god in the entertainment industry. You should take a good look at yourself. You look like a flatfish. It would cost $100 to measure the distance from your left eye to your right eye by taxi. Someone like you still wants to compare with my sister-in-law? I am greatly shocked. Is Serena's mouth so sharp? So when I argue with her and win, is it because she deliberately lets me win? I'm embarrassed by her praise. I chuckle. Thank you for your compliment. Alice is already defeated. Her eyes suddenly turn red. Her fingers tightly grip her skirt and helplessly look at Rocky. Rocky, Serena she. Rocky lowers his eyes and kisses me on the lips. It's not a compliment, his Adam's apple rolls. He says softly, she is just so beautiful. Alice's face turns pale instantly, but she still forces a smile. Rocky, I'll go first. Don't forget what I told you. After Alice leaves, Serena also leaves. I shake off Rocky and sit on the sofa sulking. What thing? What else is there that I don't know? Rocky comes to me. He kneels on one knee. His long fingers lift my chin. Why did you suddenly come to the company? I slap his hand away and sneer. To catch you cheating. But even I can feel the sourness in this tone. Rocky stares at me intently. His eyes are as dark as ink. He says seriously, I have nothing to do with her. Haley, I only have you. He pauses and adds, and I only want you. The pent-up emotions suddenly disappear. I suppress the smile at the corner of my mouth and speak stiffly. Oh, and you? Rocky interlocks his fingers with mine and suddenly asks me. I am a bit confused. Me? What about me? Am I just a makeshift choice for you? His breathing is a bit rapid. He looks at me expectantly. Suddenly, there is some fine sweat in the palm of my hand. I don't know if it's mine or his. I unnaturally shake off his hand and fool him with my usual routine. What are you talking about? You are my dear husband. What makeshift choice? Rocky is silent. The light in his eyes fades little by little. I flee in panic. Alice's invitation comes unexpectedly. She accurately finds my blog account and sends me a private message, inviting me to meet, and in front of me, Alice is like a different person. You should know, right? She smiles and says, I am Rocky's white moonlight. The 3 words, white moonlight, coming out of her mouth make me feel uncomfortable. I came back this time for Rocky. Divorce him. This 30 million belongs to you. As Alice says this, she pushes a bank card with her slender fingers. I don't move. Just 30 million. In the years since I got married to Rocky, he has never restricted me from spending money. Sometimes when I spend less, he will think I'm not ambitious enough. I don't know where Alice gets the confidence to think that 30 million can make me give up my marriage with Rocky. What's the use of staying by Rocky's side all the time? He doesn't have you in his heart. You are just a substitute when I'm not around. For some reason, I suddenly think of Rocky. I think of him asking me if I'm just a makeshift choice. I thought Rocky and I had an unspoken understanding. Let this matter pass and never mention it again. But I didn't expect that Rocky would take these words to heart. Am I a substitute? Is Rocky a makeshift choice? These 2 questions are intertwined in my mind. Seeing that I am silent all the time, Alice's smile has a bit more certainty. Cutting losses in time is the best. If you leave Rocky now, it will naturally be better than tearing faces. I nod. You're right. I take out my phone and call Rocky. Rocky, come here now. Miss Alice and I want to talk to you. What are you doing? Alice is stunned for 2 seconds. There is more panic on her face. Her perfect smile becomes ferocious. Haley, are you sick? Do you have to wait for Rocky to tell you to leave before you leave? I cover my mouth and chuckle. I point to my phone. Sorry, Miss Alice. I'm recording the whole process. When Rocky comes, you can explain it yourself. Alice's eyes are wide with anger. She seems to want to scold me, but she is afraid of the recording and dare not speak. Rocky comes very quickly. To my surprise, he also brings a group of people. Rocky strides to me. Don't worry, I'm here. The people behind him are exactly the classmates of Rocky that I met at the class reunion before. At this moment, several people look embarrassed. Looking at Alice, their eyes are even a bit guilty. Alice bites her lip and says, Rocky, why did you bring everyone here? Rocky ignores her. He turns to look at several people and says in a deep voice, tell me, what's going on exactly? Several people look at each other. One of them comes to me and says apologetically, sister-in-law, we are here today to apologize to you. At that class reunion, we knew you were outside the door. We deliberately mentioned Alice. Deliberately? I look at Alice. Sure enough, her face is pale. In fact, Rocky and Alice have nothing. We are all friends. We know that Alice is interested in Rocky. That time was also to fight for Alice. I am angry and amused. Fight for it this way? But after learning the truth, I feel a burst of relief. The clouds part and the sun shines. The moon appears after the clouds disperse. It turns out that there has never been anyone else between Rocky and me. Since I learned about Alice's existence, I always avoid developing feelings for Rocky. I often say that I don't mind. Rocky and I just have a money relationship, but I have to admit that I do mind. I mind that he marries me just because it's suitable and a makeshift choice. I also mind that he has a white moonlight in his heart. In my dreams at midnight, I always fear that Alice will suddenly appear and Rocky will leave me. Fortunately, everything is false. The sprouts of suspicion in the past are uprooted, replaced by continuous joy. I play the recording of my conversation with Alice. After each sentence of Alice, Rocky will pause. I have never had a white moonlight. I have countless 30 millions. All for you. Don't take hers. It's dirty. Haley, you are never a substitute for anyone. You are my only true love. After each sentence Rocky says, Alice's face becomes paler, until Rocky looks at her with disgust. In the past, I thought you were a girl and didn't want to embarrass you too much. I didn't expect that giving you face, you even dare to scheme against my wife. Alice's body trembles. She bites her lower lip tightly and says nothing. I walk to her side and speak affectedly. Oh, Miss Alice, it seems that you also have a problem. Do you have to wait for Rocky to tell you to leave before you leave? She stares at me fixedly. Her eyes are full of resentment. Rocky cooperates very well. Get out. Then he looks at me. Is this okay? I can't help laughing. I pull Rocky and leave. Rocky is very aggrieved. You don't trust me. He looks at me and says. I pout and forcefully argue. Who told you that you never explained? I didn't know these things. And you came back on the same day as Alice. Anyone would suspect, okay? I didn't come back because of her. I sneer. Come on, I've already asked Serena. There is no urgent matter in the company that needs you. Rocky nods. His dark eyes are as bright as stars. But someone needs me. I am stunned for a moment. Suddenly, I think of my message. I miss you so much. So, Rocky is because. My heart starts to beat faster. I seem to fall into a honeypot and sink in sweetness. He snorts softly and suddenly approaches me. At a close distance, I am tickled by his breath and back away with a smile. But Rocky extends his long arm and pulls me into his arms. Haley, he tempts me by my ear. I love you so much. I don't want to be your makeshift choice. Try to love me, okay? My heart skips a beat. There is warmth rising in my eyes. I hug him back. Rocky, you're such a sly one. I've fallen in love with you a long time ago. Rocky's extra story. Haley is live streaming, but I never expected it to be a live stream about being a widow. She must be mentally ill. Saying I was hit and killed by a big truck while streaking. Looking at my intact limbs, I always feel a bit of pain somewhere. Haley admitted her mistake. She tries every means to please me, but it seems to have exhausted her. Alas. Maybe take a day off tomorrow. Didn't get to rest. Next time, she is live streaming again. I lied to her that I had a meeting. Sure enough, she can't resist live streaming. I don't know what's so good about this live stream. She is smiling so happily. She has never been so happy in front of me. Does she really want to be a widow? There are actually people in the live stream room urging her to remarry. I watch secretly with a small account. She didn't find me. Damn, she really wants to remarry. Has she forgotten that I am still alive and well? I will question her. I have to go on a business trip. I really want to take her with me. Alas, forget it. Flying around. The delicate one can't stand it. Haley is on the hot search. Very good. With another man. I flew back from afar, but she said our marriage is just a makeshift choice. I left again. So ungrateful. I am not a makeshift choice at all. I love her to death. We are in a cold war. I really want to contact her. She only sent me 3 messages in 2 months. Every time it's at 3 in the morning. She really knows how to pick the time. If I turn on mute, I can't reply to her immediately. Alas, 3 in the morning is fine too. Send a message. She said she misses me. Change the ticket. Change it immediately. She came to catch me cheating. Is she jealous? She is perfunctory to me again, but I love her. Haley regards Alice as my white moonlight. This fool. I don't love the moon. I only love the passionate rose. My rose. Haley, try to love me. I don't believe in love at first sight. But when I saw Haley for the first time, I fell in love. Longing for but unable to obtain. Waking and sleeping I think of her. I don't believe in love at first sight, but I want to marry her. Forget it. Believe in love at first sight once. Serena's extra story. My brother fell in love with a girl. So interesting. He is such a boring person, but he plays the game of love at first sight. He said that when he saw Haley for the first time, Haley was helping a scavenger pick up trash. Rocky fell in love. What a heavy taste. Picking up trash. Wouldn't it be stinky? I saw Haley, damn, with such a face. Who wouldn't fall in love at first sight? Beautiful women are dangerous. Haley is so annoying. Always arguing with me. Her eloquence is really not much to see. I let her win. I have to say, when she is happy, she is quite cute. Haley became an internet celebrity and was targeted by a pretty boy. Main task, protect my sister-in-law. Hee hee, mission accomplished.